Does it even matter? Take it, Frank.
Thanks, Pat. Welcome to the POS show with fellow comedic talents of Bobby Tamburo, Pat Oates, myself, Frank Magallo, and our special guest, as you can see, is Danny McJaw Steeler.
The burden of proof is on the state.
Frank, you're gay. All right, cool. We're caught up from everything we forgot to record in the last one. My bad. My bad. We're not going to go back there. Pat, let's start with the story. We caught up with everybody. Everything's good. Frank told the same story about basically where he took a picture of the Last Supper that he's told 5 times. The premise we went with that you guys missed in the audience was that his barber was gay and that he wanted to fuck Frank the whole time. And Frank didn't deny
and
it.
I think that's a quick side note that Dan Brown felt bad that he might tell a story twice after Frank told a story he's told 413 times.
Yes. Oh, and we explained that I sent the Zoom link. It said Danny McJob Stealer. Everybody got the joke except for Frank because he doesn't watch the show when he's not on. You and the audience are caught up. Honestly, you didn't miss much. Welcome to the Pat Oates Show. Pat, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. First story is this. Who do you think the piece of shit is in this story? So we just did 15 minutes of a fucking show. All right. We just recorded the whole thing. I had a long day of fucking work. I run back here. Frank seems grumpy because he has a haircut and no one's telling him he's sexy. I think Bobby's a little bit too high. Dan worked all fucking day and ran back last second. And then after recording all this where we had a brilliant bit where we just yelled, Frank, you suck cock for 15 minutes. We don't have it anymore. Who's the piece of shit? Is it Bobby for not recording? Is it for me for not backup recording? Is it Dan for not saying, hey, is anyone recording? Or is it Frank? Take it, Bobby.
I mean, I'm glad you came to me first. I got to defend myself. There's always a lot of pressure when Dan's on the show. I don't know if you guys know this. He's trying to steal my job. He's actively pursuing it. He does cool drumstick flips every time I'm on. So I was nervous. I wanted to get started quickly because normally it takes too long and Frank tells hour-and-a-half long stories. So also throughout the thing we lost, Frank said the N-word 7 times and the F-word a dozen. So I did Frank a favor. I'm going to say I'm the piece of shit, though, because I tried to record on Zoom, and it wouldn't let me, and I forgot to ask you for permission, so I could have avoided the whole situation.
And I know everyone listening is like, wait a minute, that's the least amount of times Frank's ever said those words. That's why we cut it. We're like, it wasn't enough.
Yeah, he's got a certain N-word per minute that he missed.
Do you think Klan members have that speedometer on their car? N-words per minute? Dan, who's the piece of shit in that story?
I feel like me, because like after hearing that story, I feel like I haven't gotten a haircut in like, I don't know, 5 years. And the world of barbers has really made some innovative changes. And I just feel like I'm the piece of shit because I haven't been on top of this.
Now, everyone's like, we didn't get to hear the story. Don't worry. Dan just made it sound better than it actually was. Frank, who's the piece of shit in that story?
I think it's me because I just wasted 15 minutes of my life that I'll never get back again. It's that simple. I mean, I came with my A game. I came out of the gate like Secretariat. I was running to the front. I had it. I nailed it. And guess what? I'm told after 15 fucking minutes, he didn't hit the record button.
Yeah, see, here's the thing, though, Frank.
I'm the piece of shit.
You make that argument. That argument has the least effect coming from you because you've lived almost quadruple me, almost double Pat, and almost 3 times Dan. So 15 minutes of your life is literally the least increment we could waste. Now, sure, every 15 minutes is the most precious for you because tick, tick, tick. But
that's right. How much time do I have left? I mean, was that 3% of my life that was just taken away that I had left? I don't know. We won't know until it happens. And I hope it happens in the next hour because I had it.
Frank, you're not going to, if anyone's looking at this video right now and looks at the 4 of us, you look the most healthy.
Also, like, you died 15 minutes ago. That's why I'm thankful we didn't record it. Get it? You were flat. Your story wasn't great. That's what I was getting at.
Oh, I just thought, I mean, he could have literally died, and this is heaven, unfortunately.
This isn't heaven.
Oh, this is a sad heaven.
Yeah.
Yep.
This ain't heaven.
We're just stuck in Zoom, and Bobby just keeps saying that he didn't record yet, and it goes on forever.
This is purgatory. I've never seen purgatory. Zoom is purgatory.
There aren't that many autists in purgatory, Frank.
Piece of shit in this story is all of us. Because we shouldn't have we weren't supposed to have that kind of podcast. I think we were so. Bobby knows I'm not religious, but Bobby is, and I think the problem is that we were going so hard and so terrible that like whatever higher being there is wanted to say no, you can't have this show. You need to start over. Not what made Bobby look. We could have done an hour before Bobby looked. So
That's
we're
a
kind of
good
lucky
point.
that you
Yeah,
did look.
yeah.
So Bobby can't be my piece of shit because he actually did notice it at one point. We would have gone hard for the whole time and then not had a podcast. So,
Well,
Frank, I'm guessing you have a story.
Who are you talking to?
I don't know. I said Frank. I'm guessing you had a story.
I don't have
literally
a story.
said
I don't
Frank.
have a story.
I said Frank.
I didn't hear it.
Frank.
Okay, 80-year-old me did not hear it. Okay,
Frank.
My story is very simple.
Hey Frank,
Frank, hold on a second.
that was 2%
Frank.
of your life you just wasted by not paying attention, according to
Yeah,
you.
and not even that. Those two guys never have a story.
Well, I thought they finally would bring something to the table.
They
What the
don't
hell?
even know where the table is. Frank, you don't have one?
No, I don't. Other than the fact that I was totally humiliated in the last 20 minutes by one of the hosts of the show and telling me all I talked about was dick, sucking dick.
No.
I didn't mention it.
No.
Why?
Bobby never said that's all you talk about. He said that's all you do.
Okay, forgive me.
Yeah, you
All
don't
I
talk
do
about it.
is
You
suck
just
dick.
suck the dick.
Yeah, like Michael Jordan had this rule called the Jordan rule in his contract where he had to be allowed to play basketball anytime, anywhere he wanted to, whether it be a pickup game or, anything. That's why you have the Frank rule. You have to be allowed to suck cock at any point, anytime,
Any
anywhere.
point.
Yeah. That's what we call
Wherever
the
you
Frank
are.
rule. The Mergallo mandate, if you will.
The Mergaglo. Oh, is he sucking dick or did he die? Oh, you touched it. Well, whose dick's over there?
It doesn't matter. I mean, I have a gaggle of dicks around. I mean, I just don't.
My name's Frank Mergallo. Welcome to my TED Talk. I'm going to teach you the principles of sucking dick. Now, I learned the principles of sucking dick from Alan Abel, but if you pay $12.99, you can learn the principles of sucking dick from me.
One thing I learned from this podcast: nobody here respects an 80-year-old. That's all I know.
I respect you, Frank.
I'm sorry, Dan. You do.
Yeah.
DB, you do.
Well, guess who's never stealing a job now?
Yep.
Only one on my bad side. Fuck you. Bobby, you're safe.
Yep.
We know first rule of Pack Club, we don't respect Frank.
But the thing about this is, like, when Frank's not here, I'm the guy that everyone accuses of sucking all the dicks and drinking like buckets of cum.
Really? Well, I got to watch one of these shows then. I mean, I just
So,
can't
like-
believe that's happening.
Yeah, it's all the time. Dick suckers unite.
All right, DSU, the two of you, Dick Suckers Unite. Bobby, that is kind of true. Like, you and I never accuse each other of sucking dick.
Yeah, because we're heterosexuals.
Also, because nobody wants to look down at this. You and I like,
Oh, can I just say one thing?
Good evening, and thank you for turning into AM 9669, where you're listening to The Old Guy and DB on Sucking Cock Radio.
I just want to say one thing. After we found out that he did not record the 15 minutes of quality podcasting, he says, thank God we didn't, because all we talked about was sucking dick.
Right.
What have we been doing the last 10 minutes since we started the new podcast?
Hey, Frank,
wow.
to quote your classmate William Shakespeare, "Methink the lady doth protest too much," okay?
Not only that, have you met
Oh,
my
shit.
sense of humor? That's all I do. I always say I'm not going to do something, and then every single time I do it. It's the whole setup to everything I do.
Also,
You've known me more than anyone here.
You
It's
brought it
every
back.
joke I do.
You brought it back to dick sucking every time, Frank. Not me. Not I said the goose.
I mean, Dan, you and we got to form some kind of allegiance against these assholes.
Cocksuckers United.
Really do.
Join today.
I won't give them the benefit of the doubt of calling them dick suckers. They are what they are. They have to put us
Oh my
in a
God.
certain position. and it may be a
Bobby.
compound mouse. But I don't think that's fair, Dan.
It's not fair. Bobby, when you did the radio voice thing, it just made me realize Frank's so old. His initials are FM.
In the big battle between AM and FM beef, Frank
That's
Magallo.
My first
And
wife's
Abel Magallo is the AM.
no. My first wife's name was Albina.
Not your wife, your other wife, Alan Abel. Abel Magallo.
Oh, I wish. I wish. You know, from you to God's ears, I
From
wish.
your
that-
mouth to Abel's cock. R.I.P. Rest in penis. So you got no story.
No.
Nothing.
No, I shot my load the first 15 minutes.
Oh my
then
God.
what
Once
was
again,
going?
why do you always bring it to that?
That was
No.
self-induced. I mean,
That
that
is
was
not-
self-induced. That was nobody sucking a cock. I mean, that was self-induced. That's
But
it.
I was at work the other day, and a lady said that when she said she gave all her change to the store she was at before, she goes, I shot my load earlier. And I'm kind of like, that's not a saying. You should just say it at a store. Like, I didn't say anything. And I don't, like, you said it. People just think it's a saying, but it means I came. Like, that's where it comes from. And this lady was just like, I shot my load earlier. I'm like, all right, 60-year-old lady. Like, A, I didn't know you could do that. And B, it's just change.
She was a young lady.
Sure. Yeah, she was young to you. Yes, we get it. You get mad that we bring it up, but you always bring it up. Yeah, that's just your fucking dentures fighting each other. Fuck you.
Is it true you have Vinny Vidi Vici tattooed on your back?
Was that the Italian guy's name that he fucked?
Dan, I think he's talking to you.
No, it's you,
Oh
Frank.
yeah, I
so
got that.
So that way the guy fucking you can read. I saw. I
Oh, that's a question I want to ask. Frank, do you have
tramp stamps?
tattoos?
No.
Dan, do you have tattoos?
I do not.
Bobby, do you have tattoos?
No.
Nobody on this show has tattoos. We're 4 white men without tattoos. I don't think that exists anywhere in the world.
How did that happen?
I don't know. I never knew that.
Freak of nature. Oh my
That's very
God.
strange. Now, Frank, you're not allowed to because sometimes you believe you're Jewish, even though you're not. So you can't be buried into the Jewish cemeteries if you have tattoos on you.
I didn't realize you cannot be buried in a Jewish cemetery if you have tattoos.
I don't know if that's true, but I thought I heard that. Is that true, Bobby? I thought you weren't. If you were Jewish, you weren't supposed to because you weren't supposed to go. You couldn't be like.
I think it depends on like how serious Jewish you are. Like they have different.
How
sects.
Jewish are you?
Plus,
From
like,
1 to.
there was a whole group that had to have certain numbers tattooed on them. Like, are they not allowed to be buried? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's why they were burned.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Good point, Bobby. A sad point. A sad point in our history, but a good point.
You survive the Holocaust. You go through all that shit. You live to be 90, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be buried here at this temple I love." Like, nope.
No.
no.
You got that VIN number on your arm. You can't fucking do anything.
You go to the Unitarian Church cemetery. That's where you're going.
All the other guys just got cremated. Were there cremation before the Holocaust, or that what started it?
Viking funerals. Remember that?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
When I
They had, like,
remember Viking funerals,
They would, yeah.
Well,
They put you on your dead body on a boat, and then they would set it on fire, and then
Right.
just sail it away.
that's not cremation. That's just fire.
Well, they would shoot arrows with it, and then you would burn.
That's just attacking a dead guy.
Not to be confused with Frank's Viking funeral,
No,
where he
no,
slid on a
that's-
slip and slide and men jizzed in his face.
Now, Kirk
Yo,
Douglas. was
we're
the
horny, man. Horns on.
Kirk Douglas was the only one that went out that way. in a
Kirk
movie.
Douglas.
And
No.
yeah,
Paul Walker went out that way.
Did you know Paul Walker knew stuff about the Clintons?
Yeah.
I read that meme the other day. He was gonna tell on them at some kind of like fundraiser thing he did, and then they killed him. Paul Walker, Texas Ranger. They killed him.
I'm Frank Mergallo, and this is how to suck cock. Bam, bam, bam.
I'm just happy it's not me.
there he goes.
Starring Dan Brown. You're in there.
Oh no, boy, that took an
Bobby,
ugly
who would
twist.
suck whose cock? Would Dan suck Frank's cock, or would Frank suck Dan's cock?
I feel like it's a 69 situation there because no one would assert dominance. They're both too polite. Like, no,
Dan,
I'll suck it.
Dan,
No, I'll
you
suck
don't
it.
have to answer that, Dan.
Good, because we didn't ask it.
With a full mouth.
It doesn't bother me because my closest friends, all they do is like say that I'm gay.
Oh,
and
I thought all they do is suck my cock.
I mean,
No,
one of my
Dan, I think you're in it for the money or like the power, whereas Frank is just in it for the love of the game. Frank's the guy, like Jordan. He just wants to be able to play basketball. Frank just wants to suck cock. Dan, you're doing it because you have to sometimes.
Oh, okay.
I
Was
believe
Jordan
you're
gay?
heterosexual. No,
My friends like are
No, because
like,
every gay analogy you make is compared to Michael Jordan.
No. You're just thinking. You're thinking of it in that sense. It's that he's the greatest of all time.
The gayest of all
No,
time.
Frank is the gayest. That's why it's such a good comparison.
He's the goat.
And Frank's the throat goat.
my friends always do like gay stuff. I'd be hanging out with them, and all of a sudden the lights would go out, and then the lights would come back on, and like my friend Chris he's big and fat, and he'd be naked like right next to you. Like he'd turn the lights off, and then turn them back on, and his clothes would be off. Like he was a master of it. And like one time,
That's sexual harassment, Dan.
No.
I guess so.
Not if he liked it.
Well,
Did you enjoy it?
I mean, it was
I would have a
funny.
candle with me at all times. No.
And like one time I walked in, like I was going to my friend Rob's house, and I walked in the door, and then my friend Dennis just had his pants on, and I turned around the corner, and he was like, "Hey, Dad," and he had an erection, and and like he was erect, so he set that up for me to walk around the corner to see. Like they just do gay stuff all the time.
Hey,
Like
Dan,
so like
you need
yeah.
new friends.
they don't talk to me anymore, so I guess I kind of.
It's a blessing, dude. They were trying to fuck you.
Yeah, and you wouldn't
No.
fuck them, Dan. That's why they're not talking. They were trying to have sex with you, and you're they're like this tease.
They weren't trying to have sex with me. They were just trying to like, because everybody always
Erect
treats.
penis.
How many signals do you need?
Okay, because like
There's all these signals being thrown out there.
Hey, Dan, here's my hard cock. He's like, that's my friend.
because people always treat me like I'm the haze boy.
Look what he's got.
No,
in his
they were
hand.
trying to have. You're just so naive to that stuff. They were trying to have sex with you.
Look what Dan has in his hand. Dan, show him what you have.
Drumstick.
Yeah, it's a drumstick. It's not
No,
like a
it is.
dildo or
That-
something.
If that isn't a Japanese penis, I don't know what is.
They're not that long, are they?
Well, I can't tell. I'm
No, I meant how many Japanese penises have you seen?
3 or 4
Was that during the war?
before the war.
How many different penises? We know you've seen Will Chamberlain's penis. How many different colors of penis have you seen? Not porn, like in
I know what you
person,
mean.
like live, like at a concert.
I mean, is reddish and red and orange the same?
No,
or-
I'm talking. You don't mean race.
Oh, races. How many different?
Not like a guy with a spray tan.
4?
Why have you seen 4 dicks?
Because I've been around.
Around who?
I've been in the
I've
service.
easily
Number
seen 4
one,
dicks.
I've been in the service.
I was in the service for 2 weeks. I didn't see anything.
You got to be longer than that. You didn't take a shower for 2 weeks.
I saw 2 gay guys fucking, but I closed my eyes and I threw soap at them. I didn't see it.
In the service?
Yeah, I tell that story all the time. I yelled, "Break it up!" I threw soap at them and Bill broke it
Oh
up.
man.
Yeah, I hit him good too.
Hello,
Yeah,
yes.
there was always a reason why I was uncomfortable in locker rooms.
Hello,
'Cause they
yes.
would turn the lights off and then turn the lights on, and then there. By the way, that's like a wrestling move. It's like the underwear taker. The guy would just come out. And go, look at this. That's what. Okay, Bobby. What's the weirder story of those two? The guy who would turn the lights off and then quickly get undressed, and then be naked and lights on, or just erect penis guy.
Erect penis guy.
Why?
He's hard. He wants to fuck Dan.
Why? Dan's attractive. What? How dare you?
I know I'm
Yeah,
beautiful.
Hair. Look
But-
at that hair. Look at that hair.
I know.
He's attractive.
Right.
Frank's
People
also
want to
cool.
put their penises inside me.
Yeah, a lot. I guess.
But
No,
yeah,
but-
like I know it was. They didn't want to have sex with me. It was just shock. It was shock humor.
Okay,
like
what,
they were just.
what does
like,
your penis do, Dan, when it's getting ready to have sex?
It gets hard.
Okay, what made that man's penis hard?
He was probably thinking sexy thoughts until I walked
About
in.
about who? We're close.
Maybe he was thinking about ladies.
Oh, I gotta get my dick hard so I can show Dan. Let me think about some ladies. It's just not adding up, Dan.
It's like it's shock value humor. Like sometimes, like one time I was at a party and they were like, "Hey Dan," and they just like grabbed my junk and then he was like happy and laughing that he grabbed my testicles.
Yeah, you're not helping.
But it was in public. It wasn't like it's not like he lit some candles.
He was claiming you as his.
He laughed.
Yeah, because he owned your cock.
I touched your penis.
But okay, Dan,
What?
you tell jokes. We've been to many shows. I've never saw you like before you're gonna be funny, just have an erection.
This is true. Like the erection does add like a new dimension to it, but like because like yeah, it's funny if you like a fat guy's naked and he's sitting right next to you, and it's just like really uncomfortable. Sometimes
Why is that funny?
Because I'm like the butt of the joke. Like
no, okay. Now let's
make
say
yourself a woman.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was about to say.
Yeah, I saw you going to the same point. Make yourself a woman, Dan.
I'm a man. Nobody cares about my feelings.
No, Dan.
Nobody cares about my
Dan, they do. Dan,
no, they
care.
don't. They don't.
Care. First of all, I do. So fuck off.
Me too.
I will fight anyone that's ever mean to you. I will kill them, and you know that. That we're not. I don't mean to sound like an asshole, and it's not wrong for them to be gay and to be turned on by you. You're a fascinating man. You're gonna steal Bobby's job. You're a brilliant guy. Like you do really well. Frank almost stays awake when you're on the show. Like you're great at what you do. But these two men were trying to entertain you by what they thought was perceived as sexy. I know we say it's joke. It's kind of like when you meet an old guy and he thinks that it's funny to just make off-color jokes because everyone's like, oh, that's just the way he is. You just say, oh, that's the way they are. No, they're closeted. The guy pulled out his cock. And like I knew a guy in college used to do that, and a year later he came out of the closet. We're like, yeah, we all knew, dude. Like his old joke was, look at my dick. Like, no, we know what you're doing. You want guys to look at your dick.
But both of these people that did it, one of them is married. He's got 2 children.
Okay.
The other guy.
That was most politicians.
But
they're
like,
married, they have kids, and they love the taste of semen.
All right. People want to fuck me. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, admit it. Yeah, first of all, start being more confident. People want to play penis pinata with you. There's nothing wrong with that.
Guess so.
Big fat
Penis
guy, turn off the
pinata.
lights, turn it back on. Those two have Will Ferrell humor, which is nothing more than I'm gay. Look at me, I'm gonna make out with dudes. Look at that's how funny it is. I'm making out with a guy. It's like that's not funny. You're just kissing the guy on camera for money.
Dan, no matter what they say, you have to think about the other person's feelings, which they never do, by the way.
But I don't have feelings. I'm not.
No,
I'm
but how
dead
about them?
inside.
Dan,
Their feelings, not
Frank,
your
you're right.
feelings.
Frank, you're right. Dan, did you compliment that man's erection?
That's right.
I don't remember. I think I was just like, oh, it's Dennis's penis. And then and then everyone started laughing. And then I sat down and we started like playing board games.
Now, if he drew a face on it and it was like, hey, Dan, maybe that's funny. I still think that'd be like only for a second. And you're like, what? I don't know. I was never that guy. I never laughed at like pull out my dick or do the quote unquote gay joke. I never found that funny. I just don't find sexual stuff funny. Butts, anything like that. I don't know. It's not me. Maybe they were just trying to be funny, but I would be like, hey, can we stop telling jokes? All your jokes are your dick. And I don't like this joke.
No, all their jokes weren't about dicks. They would tell others.
Balls too.
Sometimes balls, sometimes anuses.
Oh, hard dick.
Hello.
That guy with an erection.
Hello, is this Pornhub customer service? Yes. I bought a DIY countdown video, and I would like a refund because counting down is very difficult, and I did not last to the end. So I paid $7.99 for 5 minutes and made it $1.99, if you know what I'm saying.
Is that Kenny Gargle Cockowitz?
The only person I can pronounce that name is the guy who didn't invent it.
Yeah. He makes an appearance every so often, but it was not him.
By the way, I think you should make this statement right now. We are not saying there's anything wrong with being homosexual or being attracted to Dan Brown. Both those things are okay. We're just saying that we feel that Dan was being, like my body was starting to lead to, if this was a woman saying this would be harassment. This would not, and when a woman a lot of times has to deal with that. Like some guy joke around, oh, grab my cock, oh, look at your tits, whatever. And then people are like, oh, they're just joking around. No, you're making the woman uncomfortable. Dan, you weren't comfortable. You weren't having a good time when the hard dick was out or the naked time would happen with the lights on.
I wasn't scandalized either. Okay, can I talk about this seriously for a minute?
Yes. Serious cock talk.
I feel like, all right, serious cock talk starting now.
Hard talk.
I feel like the circumstances in which gay humor is funny is that when you're actually heterosexual, but you're so pathetic that you have to resort to gay sex because no women will sleep with you.
I don't know
that's one.
I don't know if that's funny.
Frank laughed like that was my 70s.
Everybody on this show.
I feel like the other circumstance is when gay humor is funny is like when you grew up when I did, when like in middle school, all the kids would like, fight me, faggot. Like when they called you, when you like were bullied. And then like when you grow up and your friends recognize that happened and they do it ironically to imitate those guys who tried
they're being mean. They're bringing up pain in your life.
How am I going to fight you when your dick's in my mouth?
Yeah. I mean, all right.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are a little more sensitive than I am.
No.
Our friend almost got raped.
You're sensitive.
You're the only one with feelings here.
They are not sensitive. They relish in your sensitivity. Right now, they love the fact that you're a little on edge. You're a little sensitive about what
No.
I'm not on edge. I'm like the only one that doesn't care about my friends having their penises out. And
it cost me $3,000 that I sent tapes over to 3 psychiatrists to analyze you fucking guys.
Oh,
and
big surprise.
Part of this show ever.
Guess what?
Big
Bobby
surprise.
is a fucking fruit. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. He's a fucking fruit that is overripe and ready to get out of the case.
Wait.
Which there's nothing.
We're unsensitive? You just called someone a fruit. That's not even a term anymore.
I'm just using words by the psychiatrist. That's all.
that's how you fire that psychiatrist. Fire him.
Why?
Because he's
telling the truth.
Because that's what therapists try to do. They try to get you to talk about your feelings and make you gay.
Are we still doing serious cock talk, or are we like back on like?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Dan. We never left back on whatever.
Okay, so
I'm a fruit, but Frank is seeing more dicks
than a Chinese phone book. That's not a saying, but I just wanted to say it.
It's strictly by the numbers. 80 years old versus 26 years old, 27 what you are. I would have the opportunity to see 5 times as many dicks as you.
The difference is I had a reason to be in those locker rooms, Frank.
Yeah, what were you doing there, Frank?
What was I doing?
In the locker room.
What every other pervert was doing. He was looking for something.
You said pervert like dessert.
Hey, bros. Thanks for tuning into my Pornhub channel. Today we're doing showing my hard dick to a closeted twink. Hey, Dan, come here.
See, okay, Frank.
For the people with the audio, Dan waved.
Yeah. I don't know where to go from there. But
why did you make him a twink? Bobby?
You call me Frank. That's
I know, because you said something awful, so I thought you were Frank.
Because I was saying like that the guy on his Pornhub channel was implying that Dan was into it, so even his audience wouldn't think it was as rapey as it was.
I just think any humor that comes with people trying to be sexual towards someone who doesn't want it, even in joke form, is wrong. That's me. That doesn't mean I'm right. I just think anything like that. It's the same way when humor is like, I know people all the time like, isn't it funny when I call that guy a jerk? It's like, well, was that guy being a jerk? Is he joking back with you? He's like, no, he's not joking back at all. Isn't that hilarious? Like, no, you're just ruining that guy's day. And then he takes that home with him. Like you had to go home and just have visions of sugar cock dancing in your head. Like you're talking to us on a podcast about this guy's penis. His penis runs space in your head. You didn't want your that penis in your head.
I'm really confused right now because like I feel like the only reason that anybody says Frank is gay is because he can't laugh at it, and he's like, "No, I'm not gay." So it just makes it
we're
more
just
funny.
pretty sure Frank likes dick.
But at the same time, like there's such a thing as
Look at his necklace.
self-deprecating.
Oh no, you're right. Self-deprecating. If you pulled out your own dick and laughed at it, that's fine. That guy pulled out his dick and said, "What do you think?" He didn't say, "How funny is my penis?" Did he?
No, but the whole situation was funny. Like just walking into a house, and then I walk around a corner, and there's like this dude with his dick, and he's just like cheerfully says, "Hi, Dad."
Well, what if he just had a clown costume on? That would have been just as bad. That would have been better.
You have to have a clown costume on to make a dick joke funny. Like
no. Why
dick.
is there a dick?
Yeah, it doesn't need the dick. He could have just scared you.
I just meant he was just like a clown. Instead, you're like, wait a minute.
Your fat Frank could have turned the lights off, turned him back on, and been dressed as Superman. That would have been just as fun.
It would be funny if Superman had his penis out. That's what the funny thing would be.
All right, let me ask this question. What if your friend was a fat woman? Like a grotesquely fat woman. And then the lights went off, came back on, and she was naked. Would it be as funny?
Is she alone, or is there other spectators?
Whatever the situation was where the man turned the lights off and turned them on, he was naked.
It would be funny if she was like, if other people were watching to see my reaction.
What was the situation with the guy who turned the lights off and turned them back on?
We were all like, there were like probably like 10 people in a room.
Okay, so same situation.
So if it was a woman,
lights go off, lights come on,
and
naked woman,
fat lady, then that would be kind of funny. Like I would laugh probably.
You wouldn't be embarrassed for her or feel weird?
If she was the one making the joke, then why should I feel weird? Why should I feel embarrassed for her? Like,
no, I'm just asking you. I'm not saying you should. I'm asking you because
I don't think I would.
I would be embarrassed for both of them, male and female, because I'm like, that's their goat. Like that's all they've got. Like I would. That's my first thought would be like, you're entertaining at a party. Everyone else having a conversation. They're like nudity.
These people are not comedians, though.
I know people that can still be entertaining. I'd rather talk to you about like what's on TV than see your dick or your pussy.
This week on MTV's Punk'd.
What is this?
Amy Schumer takes off all of her clothes in front of Simon Cowell for America's Got Talent.
I'm going to say a statement I probably shouldn't say out loud.
You'd fuck Amy Schumer.
I find her attractive. Even when she's I don't know. I find Amy Schumer attractive. But then again, if you look at Amy Schumer's face and Ronda Rousey's face, they have similar faces. I think we're attracted to that kind of woman. They do.
I don't know. I think Ronda Rousey's more attractive than
Amy
Schumer.
Without a doubt. And we just talked about that last week, him and I on another podcast. But I'm saying, if you look at them, when Amy was thinner and Ronda was thinner, their faces are similar. It's a similar look to a woman.
Is Amy Schumer redefining obesity standards? Why did she get naked in front of Simon Cowell? Is it sexual assault? I don't know.
Did she get naked in front of Simon Cowell?
No, I'm just running with my bit.
Oh, I thought that was like a thing I missed.
It's all good. Normally at this point, Frank would jump in, but I think that 15-minute false start made him sleepy.
Let's go to Frank, because Frank is old, but he's lived life, and he's been through all the times before homosexuality,
it's not old,
before
Pat.
pedophilia.
It's experienced. Okay?
Right. Experienced a lot of oldness.
And penis.
What?
Frank. If you were in a room, let's say 40 years ago, to make it like fair, because anything now 80s, if some old guy at your age is in a room with you, he's just senile and he forgot his pants. So it's not like a joke. You're in a room, lights go off, lights come back on, someone you know, a buddy with a peanut party is just naked.
Right.
It seems like something you would do. Prankster guy, you pay people break their tits out at a Last Supper thing. We've heard about that a million times. Is that humor to you? Maybe I'm probably wrong in this. I just don't find it funny, but I'm probably in the minority.
I feel like you're trying to be accommodating to millennials.
Me?
Like because millennials
I don't
are
care.
just like,
I'm not accommodating to anybody. I don't care what I'm talking. I don't care what people are thinking about it. I've always been that way. I don't find sexual stuff funny.
Yeah, we never try to accommodate to millennials.
I've made by the way, every album I've ever recorded has at least 10 minutes on the word retarded. I'm not woke. You've been on every show with me humanly possible. That's not who I am. But you know my act, Dan, probably more than anybody. When do I talk about sex? I just don't.
You don't talk about sex, but I've seen you make other people uncomfortable, and it was funny when you made them uncomfortable.
I don't mean to. That's just like natural beauty.
I remember one time you were talking about, I think you said something about abortion, and this like fancy pants white lady was that's not funny. Talking about abortion isn't funny. And then you just went into this thing where you were like talking about like taking a baby of every race and ethnicity and smashing their heads with a hammer back in your Joker's Wild days.
Yeah, and I was still drinking then too, though. So remember that.
So like
remember that, by the way.
There is fun to be had at somebody else's expense for Exhibit A, calling Frank gay. So like, so when I come into the room and like the first thing I see is a penis, and like my friend Dennis being like, "Hey, what's up?" Like nothing is going on. Like that can translate to funny to some people.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not funny. I'm saying I don't find it fun. The same way there are certain comedians that I know people love that I just don't laugh at.
Okay.
It's all acquired taste. That's why I was asking Frank, somebody way different than you, Dan, in humor, if he found that funny. But Frank likes pranks and things like that. I think Bobby can laugh. Bobby's on a producer on a fucking one of the shows that dabbles in making fun of gay sex and everything like that. Bobby finds it funny. I'm probably in the minority. When I was a guest on In Hot Water, when they would do that shit, I'd be uncomfortable. And it's not about the gay part; it's just the sex part. I just don't find sex funny. I also hate fart jokes. People like farts. I hate farts.
Frank eats them for lunch.
He eats farts for lunch?
I feel like I ruined this podcast.
Why? We're having a great discussion.
You didn't. You definitely did not.
Why, Dan? We're having a great discussion.
Yeah, hang on a second, though.
You're taking
hang on,
it
time out. Frank, the way you said that, who do you think ruined this podcast? Because the way you said, no, it definitely wasn't you, Dan. You had a look in your eyes like you knew who it was.
I don't know. I can't make that decision, but I could point fingers at two people that didn't fuck up this podcast. One is Dan Brown, and the other one is fucking me.
Why is it fucked up? I think this is a fun discussion.
You know, all we talk about is sucking dick and...
No, that's all you talk about,
No
Frank.
one has said that like in 20 minutes.
That's fair.
Yeah, you say it. The one time you talk, you're like sucking dick.
But if you, like, the only reason that's funny is because you hate it so much.
No, he loves it. He wants us just to talk about sucking dick. That's what I'm saying, Dan. It's not, you're saying we're saying he's gay. He loves talking about it, so I'm just trying to support my gay friend Frank.
Oh, who are we talking about?
Like, I feel like dick jokes are, like, they're funny for the same reason that puns are funny. Like, puns are rarely funny.
How dare you? How dare you?
Puns
now you're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Puns are rarely funny unless somebody is so annoyed by puns.
Right. That person's funny. Not the pun guy.
Fuck both of you. Fuck you. I love puns.
I know.
I'm the pundertaker.
Yeah.
How dare you? I'm King Kong Pundy.
Some people like puns. Some people like miles of cock.
No, I like...
That's a pun.
I love when a guy says purposely says a pun and he waits for the reaction.
No, I get a reaction. Just like Dan's friend when he pulls his dick out. See? I brought it back full circle. No, Dan. I think sometimes, Dan, you get worried that people are ganging up. That wasn't it at all.
And I think sometimes...
I'm appreciative that you... No, Bobby.
You get molested.
Bobby, give it a minute. Let me do my thing, and then you do your thing when you get close and do weird radio. I appreciate your humor, Dan, like more than most people. I'm one of your biggest fucking fans as a comic and as a person. But sometimes I think you're worried that like you're bothering people or like you said the wrong thing. I love that you brought that story up. The fact that you don't ever worry about what you're going to say is something I'm always jealous of. People think I'm always that way. I'm a person that always asks a million questions. I don't think like you. So when I'm doing that and saying, hey, why do you find that funny? I'm genuinely asking. And some people always take that as me like mocking them. I love to know why other people's sense of humors work and why they think. I've asked many comics why they joke like this or that, whatever. And they're like, well, this and that. And I'll try to understand it. I was raised I'm a very vanilla person when it comes to sex. I talk on the podcast all the time. But like, I was raised in that way where it was like Catholic Church type of guilt with it, where I just don't find it funny and feel weird talking about it. Like really weird. So I try to, and I'll talk about anything else on stage and I'll try to make those jokes when I can, but it's a weird world for me. So when I'm in a room and a guy tries to be funny with his dick and everyone's laughing, having fun, I'm like, why? This is uncomfortable. This is wrong. And that's probably just me the way I was raised. So that's why I ask these questions. It's not against you. I love the fact that you can have a good time with that. I'd have to leave that house and never see them again. I don't know why, but I would have to not talk to those people.
I don't know. I feel like my entire comedy career is based around me being the butt of the joke because I'm not the cool guy. Like if I try to be the cool guy, audiences back up. Like they're like, no, this guy's not the cool guy. Like I did a bit like recently about how I give off little brother vibes where it's like people always treat me like I'm the little brother. Like I'm always the haze boy. Like even when remember that time we were on Bax and O'Brien and like you were being like the main guest and Bax and O'Brien were like, and let's talk to this guy right here. And they're like, okay. And then the moment I uttered a syllable, they were like, oh, let's time for a commercial break. That's all the time we have. Like that's how people treat me. So like people are always like figuring out a way to haze me, like treat me like the haze boy. And so like a lot of my humor is just like me, like I have to be the butt of the joke in all the things that I do. And so for me, if somebody like tries to shock me or treat me like, like, oh, we're gonna play prank on him, that's normal for me.
That's your wheelhouse. That's where you thrive. And by the way, if you ever had a stage name Haze Boy, Haze Boy, it would tell everyone who you are right away. But they'd also think you're on drugs. I think
maybe.
I get that. Now when you say that, I get that. Like I'm not saying I don't get picked on or doing all that. And I don't think I'm like alpha male, but I mean, I think you're right. When I go on stage, it's a different vibe than when you go on stage or other people. I go up there and I kind of dominate because I think I have to be loud to get attention. That's kind of been my whole life.
I picture you very much a Mikey from Recess, if you're familiar with the character type, Dan. He's the heavy set kid, but that's not why I see the comparison. Right. He's very philosophical. He's always quoting like poetry and things like that when there's a problem. Like one of the famous lines is, "We're gonna learn a poem," and he's like, "Tiger, tiger, burning bright." Like, and he's always quoting philosophy. And I think like you're just on your own wavelength. And I don't look at you as the guy who has to be the butt of his own jokes. I look at you as the guy who's doing his own thing, kind of in his own zone. So, just for what it's worth, since I always shit on you,
I'm gonna say something here. I know Dan? As long as I've been in comedy, I know you 8 years. And I always thought you were the cool guy. I mean, here's the guy. He had the long hair. He's a musician. He's a comic.
He does a million things.
Yes. He's an animator. He does all these things that people wish that they could do.
For fuck's sake, Frank.
So I just thought
we just said we're trying to get people to stop fucking Dan.
You just wrote his Tinder bio.
Yeah, man. You can make love to him right now. I was waiting for Boys to Men to kick in. He makes a very good point, though, Dan. I was just busting his balls because it's Frank. But yeah, you're a very cool guy. You don't have to be the butt of the joke.
No, but even in Dan's humor, where you are Haze Boy, Dan, you can admit too, you go so over the top with it that you make it so it's like it is kind of cool. I don't think you realize that. Like, okay, one of my favorite things you say on stage, and I've heard a million times, just the fact that you do without any segue, you just go, whenever I wake up, duct taped to the back of a trunk. Like, that's hilarious. Like, the fact that you're saying that, we all know that's not a normal thing that happens to you, but you're saying you just get grabbed. When I see you on stage, I take it more as a guy who goes through life kind of naively and shit just happens to him more than you being picked on.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is that, but it's like, it's fun to be the victim. It's fun to be the butt of the joke. But like I don't know, like if you call Frank gay, he gets defensive about it. But
That's
like
all
if
this show is, though. Like he's not really defensive about it. We know that it's just a running joke. To me, that started when
I'm
Dan
worried we
Tallwhite
actually
thought he was
heard him.
gay because he had an earring 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, I heard that story. He was a gay pirate.
Yeah,
I'm worried.
And it's the only time I ever saw Dan and Frank bothered by anything. That's why
I'm worried we actually hurt Frank's feelings, or he has chest pain, because he sat with his arms crossed since we made the cocksucking.
No, he's
joke.
just holding his tits. Oh, sexy. He froze too, which was creepy.
Yeah. You all right, Frank? You good, man?
Yeah, I'm fine.
It's getting late.
I just wanted to make sure.
I'm just, I was analyzing DB.
Okay.
Analyzing.
No. And I went to his defense because I think he's looking at it.
His defense? I champion this man every chance I can. He's been on this show a million times. You never said when you're going to get Dan on. When have you said get Dan on the show?
Pat, you're defensive. You're defensive. I wasn't talking about you.
Have you
I'm
met
talking
me?
about Dan.
And
No,
I say,
you said you were
Dan
defending
Brown
What
again?
he thinks about himself, not what you think about him. Who cares?
You said you
I'm
were
saying with Dan.
defending him. That's
Yeah,
not
I'm defending
defending
him from himself.
That's not a
And-
thing.
And
Yes, it is.
when I
No.
do hear Dan Brown's on, I'm the guy who says we had
Over
Dan
there.
Brown on too often.
Over there.
I'm just making a joke, Dan. It didn't land either time, though, buddy. Don't worry.
No, we're fighting. We were just fighting. I pulled my arm.
Dan, you started this fucking shit. Keep your
Oh,
mouth shut.
yeah.
Get
Fuck
behind
you,
that
Danny the job
animation. Get
stealer.
behind that animation.
It's Rocky '89. He used to be a champion boxer.
Show
Then he
that
spent
arm
his career
back.
sucking dick. It's
that
Rocky
arm
'89.
Rocky Balboa.
Cocky Balboa, starring Frank Mergallo.
Okay, I'm gonna
Fighter
give you
Rico as his barber.
Some trivia. In one of his early movies, I forget what it was called The Lords of Flatbush.
Yes.
And the
came
character's
up.
name for Sly Stallone was Wimpy Mergallo. That's the name that he had.
What's
And
the
that's not
trivia?
Mergallo is not a common name. And so at one time I got a hold of the director. I called up the director through people I knew. I got a hold of him. And I said, where'd you get that name Mergallo? He says, oh, I remember. We were looking in a phone book, a Brooklyn phone book, and the name Mergallo came up. We liked that name, the sound of that name. I said, okay.
It said for
Why
a good
Wimpy?
time called
Why
Frank
Wimpy?
Mergallo.
Wimpy Mergallo. Oh.
Frank just made all that up because he wants us to Google Wimpy Mergallo because that's his porn name. And it's going to come up and it's going to be, you guessed it.
Dan, I
says,
just
"Whip
hope
me,
you develop the
Mergallo."
thick skin that I have.
But I
Thick
feel- as a
skin, like
as a
I-
called
comedian, I feel
jizz
like we
season.
have to have thick skin.
Oh yeah.
He means on his dick. Dan. He has
Yeah,
very thick
I mean-
skin.
The walls of my asshole are real thick from the scarring.
Ew.
From
Don't
all the
say-
scarring
no,
all
oh.
the years.
It's thick
Oh.
like
You gotta
buffalo
develop
hide.
a real thick skin or you bleed.
Oh,
No,
Yeah.
no. Never mention the walls of anyone's asshole ever again on this podcast.
Shit comes out like Play-Doh in one of those squish machines in funny shapes.
Mine comes out in a star.
Stop it. Like a plate, thing where you push it?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying I'm Jewish. It's a Star David. It's really hard to do. 6 points.
Ah, do you guys like poop?
No.
I mean,
Do you
humor.
like
not like,
poop?
not-
I like getting rid of it.
Yeah, I meant in humor. I didn't mean like, do you like poop? I mean, like, I don't like.
I mean,
I don't like shit.
it's a great tool for stupid audiences. Anytime I'm in a fire hall that has a big mirror behind me, I go, what's this for? In case I shit myself, could walk off the stage right then because it's not getting better than that than for those folks.
See, I would say, what's this for? Doing cocaine. I don't know why, but I go to cocaine with mirrors. And I've never done cocaine.
We talk
You
about
need
what we
mirrors?
know. I talk about shitting my pants. You talk about cocaine.
But I've never done cocaine.
Well, he never shit in his pants either. So
It's
What?
weird because what does Frank bring up all episode? You talk about what you know.
Frank's
Only
done
pooped my pants
cocaine.
one time.
One time, that's it?
Yeah.
I mean, like, you mean like as a baby you did it. Then like, when you mean as an
Oh,
adult?
Yeah, as a baby, I probably pooped my pants all the time.
I was
but
like,
as
you
a-
were the best baby of all time.
Oh, dude, I thought we were talking about cocaine for a second.
yeah.
I thought you were like, as a baby, I did it
No,
all the
I don't
time.
think
but
Dan's
as an
ever
adult,
done
I don't
That's
do
what I
cocaine.
thought. Yeah.
Dan, you never
Uh,
done cocaine, right?
No, I've never used any drugs. Alcohol's
Really?
always been my issue.
Yeah, Frank's done so much.
All right, like people are always surprised that I don't do drugs for some reason.
Oh, I'm not.
I mean, you look like a pothead.
Yeah, I
But if you
mean,
talk to him, he's very anxious.
so is that
Yeah.
what cocaine people are?
No,
Anxious?
weed. If you smoked weed, it's supposed to mellow you.
Oh, I'm really paranoid, but I think I have mental problems because my mom she had real paranoid issues. She thought that like the people at her medical transcriptionist office were out to get her, and I got whatever that is. Like she always thought Lydia from the medical transcription office was like calling and hanging up, and like to check up on her or make her think that my father was cheating on her.
Yeah, but to be fair, Lydia should be the name of Karen. Like, Lydia sounds like a terrible lady. Whenever you hear that name, you never think of good Lydias.
No.
Lydia probably worked for CPS.
What's CPS?
Oh, Child Protective Services.
Oh.
That's why she was calling to check up Dan.
I think in Connecticut we call it DCF.
Oh, DCF. Yeah. From like that song by the Irish band, right? Dropkick Murphys. They say DCF.
I don't know.
But I
know the band. I don't know the DCF. They have a DCF song.
I think it's state of Massachusetts. Her kids now belong to DCF or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Don't quote
a
me
lot
on
of
that.
people in Massachusetts kids belong to DCF.
Yeah. But the joke was going to be, Dan, that you got called by CPS because even as a baby you had a propensity to get penises shown to you.
No, we're not going back to the penises.
Okay.
Dan was scarred.
Not like
And Frank
was
had to
scarred.
defend him from himself.
Not like Frank's asshole.
No, Frank's a heterosexual male.
You just sit here and you take it. And you know.
I know you do. I know you do. That's how you got the scarring. You just sat there and you took it. Thanks, Frank.
Frank is straight. Dan is more comfortable in life than I'll ever be. Bobby, I don't know. Bobby's like me, where we don't know what the fuck's going on. If I offended anyone in any way, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be such an alpha male that I'm so much better than all of you. I didn't mean it. It just happens naturally. Now, Bobby, turn off the lights, turn them back on, and show us your dick. Please don't.
He's looking for a picture of his dick.
No, he's looking for a way to turn the lights off.
No, I did. Fans will notice.
But we didn't see it. So it'll be an effect for everybody else.
Frank sucks dick tonight. I'm not gonna let you go till I see the white.
Why would Take Me Home Tonight become Frank Sucks Dick Tonight?
Just seemed to fit the theme of the show.
Yeah, but no, it does. I just meant that song is crazy. That's the one song you thought of. That song's older than you, I think.
Honestly,
I'm very comfortable in my own skin, and it doesn't bother me. You can say whatever you want. It's been said
because you've
before.
lived a wonderful life.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Pat. I have a coworker named Mike who works trucks with me, and he's kind of my boss on the truck. And anytime I play music, he requests that song because it's his favorite song by the Outfield.
Any money?
And then I got really tired of it, so I started changing the words to Mike Sucks Dick Tonight. And Frank just fit perfectly.
Does he still want the song, or does he get mad that you ruined it?
He pretends to get angry, but he enjoys it. We have that kind of friendship where we always pretend to be angry with each other, and then by noon when I'm leaving for the day, we're actually ready to fight. And then by 3:30, we're ready to get beers with each other.
Does he ever show you his dick?
No.
What is that noise?
The zipper.
No, it's a fan.
Why would his zipper be robotic?
Hang on, I'll save it. There we go. Now it'll stop.
No, sorry. I think we're almost done anyway. Yeah. So in review, Dan is comfortable.
Tonight.
No, Dan is comfortable with things way more than I'll ever be. Frank is a thicker skin than I'll ever have. Bobby will be your friend, but also fight you and drink beer. And I'm a terrible person. That's how we've learned in this show. I thought I was just okay being uncomfortable and exposing myself, saying, hey, I'm afraid of things. And all you guys just said, nope, you're terrible. I shared way more. I'm bothered by certain things. And maybe that's me. Maybe I'm closeted gay. Who knows? Me. I don't like dicks. But I do like a man to hold me, I think. No, I wouldn't. If he had no arms. If a man had no arms, I'd let him hold me all he wants.
Frank's gonna suck some dick tonight.
Frank's not gonna have any dick sucking. At this age, his jaw would lock.
Dan's gonna tag in too.
Frank can't have sex anymore.
Frank's been fucked in the ass so much. His shit comes out like the star of a Jew.
Oh, what's that thing called where the asshole it comes out?
Prolapsed anus.
Yeah, Frank has that.
I like that. A relaxed anus.
No, not prolapsed.
Not relaxed.
What is it?
Is that a prolapse?
Prolapse.
Is that a prolapsed anus or just a swollen prostate? We'll never know.
I would think it's a relaxed anus to do that.
Frank not relaxed.
Well, I'm going relaxed. I
mean,
like
it would have to
relaxed
be
anus.
relaxed. He does make a good
I
point.
like relaxed.
I mean, you don't tighten up, you relax.
That's my anus. Tight as fuck.
That's right.
I'm very tight. My anus is always like, secrets are in here. Like, never. My anus is like a librarian. The whole time. Frank, promote things.
Hello, Frank Mergallo. Oh, can you help me suck this cock?
No more songs.
You see the
Not till we release
matchbook on the numbers old and faded.
Now that's when we release our CD. Now that's what I call Cocksucking Volume 6.
I'm living in LA. I hope my best friend's gay. Gosh, you know well, and sometimes blow him.
Frank, promote things.
On the 7th of this month. and
Isn't
the
that
19th
the
of this
way
month-
they say it goes? Sucking dick for life. Now give me the cock if you can find it,
Frank, go ahead.
I have nothing to say.
so I can call just to suck on
If I
his
say
cock
something,
and
this asshole is
show.
going to talk over me.
I know
I'm
how to
Let me
blow.
talk. I
Bobby,
gotta-
you promote things.
No, go ahead, Frank. I'm just kidding, buddy. That was just
No, Bobby, you promote things. I'm hoping Frank will sing.
okay. Check out the Davy Mac Sports program. It's back and in full swing. I'm at Broadway today, and I will be there April 20th again. April 20th is the last one, and then I'm probably going to disappear from stand-up for a little bit and kind of grind. So if you want to see me, I'd come out to one of these next upcoming shows.
Don't disappear from stand-up for a little bit, or everybody will message you and say you were tired. That hasn't fucking stopped. Jesus Christ. I had to talk to 3 different bookers. Like, I didn't retire. I just been... Every other person you book has a day job. Like, well, you never did. Like do now. Just fucking book me in advance, fucks. Dan, promote things.
On April 15th, I'm going to be at OC Kitchen and Bar in Rocky Hill, Connecticut. And then on May 15th, I'm going to be with you at Bleachers in Bristol, Connecticut.
Yeah, we're supposed to be getting a poster for that soon. Scotty McDing Dongs. Where's that fucking poster?
And I don't know if this is going to be out before this Thursday, but I guess I'm going to be with you at Comics.
Yes. Always. Oh, yeah, Frank. Dan's coming.
Oh, Dan's coming? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it on camera. But Dan
You
will
can
be
say it
there
on
Thursday.
camera.
Good job, Dan. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Yay. And
Look,
follow me on...
Dan, I just told Frank that's how professional I am.
Could you please elaborate on the 50 ways to blow your lover? You just slob on
Find
his
out how to-
knob.
Find out the 50 ways
Lick
to
on
blow
his
your
Frank,
lover at
Frank.
Ghosty Films on all of social media things and Dan Brown Comedy on Instagram.
Suck on my dick, Rick.
Make a new, get a new,
Yes, lass.
get a new man, Stan.
Man. Make me your fuck toy, Roy, and let yourself free. Fuck me on the bus, Gus. Don't need to discuss much. Fuck me in the high knee. And let yourself free.
I
We
just
do
saw
all 50
Frank's
ways
face.
one time. No, but I want to do it. All
It's
right,
5 o'clock on a Saturday. A regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man
sitting next to me.
blowing 2.5 black men.
Suck on this cock, you Margallo man. Suck on this cock for free. I'll light up a smoke and then I'll make your mouth choke. You're gonna come inside me. Good night, everybody.
I just want to say one thing. Dan, you missed this.
How do
About
we not end the show on that?
on 5 weeks ago, the three of us had a meeting, and we decided we were going to upgrade what we're going to talk about instead of these stupid stories. That who's the piece of shit is it? I just
Hey,
want you to
Frank.
realize what we're talking
Don't
about.
suck that cock.
Here we go.
Take the
Somebody
penis
said,
and blow
Let's
it
talk
better.
about sucking cock. And I
Remember
I did
to
at it.
let it into your throat, and then you can show to
And
make
make me
it
feel
feel better, 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 better.